coming, something unknown. And we think that, like us, you are not going to be aware of everything happening, and whether all of it is real, just like Oscar Isaac's case in the upcoming Moon Knight series, which is gearing up to be one of the most unique series so far, due to the stunts involved in the series, the mental health of the characters involved in the series, as well as everything that the series could bring to the table. With around a month until its release on the Disney Plus streaming platform, the Moon Knight series is ever so slightly closer to being available for us to see and judge if it will live up to the hype. So why is this series that anticipated? Well, one of the reasons has to be the description of the series given by Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, who said that there will be no reins pulled back about the series, and there are no mature restrictions in place, with the show itself being a much brutal affair when looked from every perspective. With this in mind, we're going to see a whole different side of Marvel Studios, one we have yet to see so far. With the series described as being experimental in every aspect, the tone, the aesthetic, the style of it, and the character exploration. This series is set to release on March 30th, 2022, with a total runtime of 6 episodes, which have been rumored to be 40 to 50 minutes long each, with the final episode of the series airing on May 11th, 2022, 5 days after the theatrical premiere of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. More than a month ago, we were able to get the first look into the series, as on January 17th, the first trailer for the series dropped. The trailer does a very good job of depicting Oscar Isaac's character and his dissociative identity disorder, a condition that means he has multiple personalities, with each of them having their time to shine in a way. So far, the 2 personalities we were able to see were Stephen Grant and Mark Spector, with each of them, or one of them, we still don't know who's struggling to sleep, with them not being able to distinguish the time between the real life and dreams. The rest of the trailer showcases the wild and surreal ride of the character, with Grant or Spector being pursued by the ancient Egyptian moon god Khonshu, the one that grants Grant and Spector with superhuman abilities after he is betrayed by one of his own and comes close to death himself. One other interesting character that we don't know pretty much anything out of the details given to us is Ethan Hawke's Arthur Harrow, who is a cult leader and the villain of the series, or at least one of them. He is also one that will somehow guide Grant and Spector towards his potential and his embracement of the superhuman powers he doesn't know he has at the time.
You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Steven.
Outside of the trailer, we were able to see another teaser, a short clip that premiered at the Super Bowl a couple of weeks ago, which gave us an additional information about the characters, particularly Arthur Harrow's abilities and one of Stephen Grant's many alter egos. One of the other intriguing elements we got from this short teaser was Moon Knight's fighting style and just how strong that alter ego is, with him beating up a bunch of soldiers, and especially the scene in the museum's public bathroom where he is seen pummeling the supposedly werewolf figure, or an ancient Egyptian jackal. This could go on to be sort of a hint towards the rumored werewolf TV show that Marvel Studios has supposedly already put in development, which could also mean that the rumors are true. We might even get something more when the series ends. And just what exactly was the werewolf doing at that place? Not much is known about the story of the series and how it will progress. However, we already have a clear indication that the series will be one of the most brutal offerings from the production so far, with a lot of new elements added into the mix, a total shift of things, as well as a lot of freedom given to the actors while filming. A thing Oscar Isaac has reflected upon, and a thing he is grateful for, as he said that it was because of the freedom that was given to him that he was able to make the character even greater, which, according to Isaac, ultimately gave the entire series a better focus on the multiple personalities and motives of the titular character. And we can be grateful that it turned out like that, because we think we will be scratching our heads on occasion while we are watching the series in our homes. Why is that? Well, considering the setting of the series, the story about a character with dissociative identity disorder, and all the ancient Egyptian culture in the mix, with all of the gods and the cults intertwined, this series is gearing up to be one of the most complicated ones to watch. Not in regards towards the timeline of it, like how the Loki series was, but rather the understanding side of things about the characters involved, especially Isaac and Hawke's character, and the reasons why they are doing all of the things over the course of the series. One of the most interesting things about the series, which we think will be the first for the bigger MCU picture, is the condition of Stephen Grant, Mark Spector, his dissociative identity disorder. with the mental health aspect being one of the most unique things about the character. The Deadly War of the Gods could also open the door to more ancient Egyptian gods appearing in the Moon Knight series, but also in the future of MCU.
Powers you.
The horror elements of the series will play a big part in the series, which could lead the character towards the supernatural orbit side of things, with this series serving as a debut for the first member of the Midnight Suns group, in which Moon Knight is a long-lasting member in the comics, together with the likes of Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Blade, and the Punisher, who has been rumored to be making an appearance as part of the MCU. Following the transition Charlie Cox's Daredevil to the MCU in the latest Spider-Man No Way Home movie. Thus, with him rumored to be making his debut in the MCU, and the already confirmed Blade, with Mahershala Ali in the role, we might be looking at yet another superhero team to assemble during MCU's Phase 4, after the already rumored Young Avengers team. With some of the members already part of the MCU, the Moon Knight series has been said to be a limited series, as confirmed by Oscar Isaac himself. However, we don't know if the series is going to be limited to one season or more than one season, which would also mean that this, put together with the A-list star in Oscar Isaac, it is more than certain that the character will have a role in the future of the MCU. Thus, we think it is only a matter of time before that happens, and the series itself will be a much clearer indication towards that notion. One of the safest bets for the next appearance of the character would be for him to make a cameo in the upcoming Mahershala Ali's Blade reboot, especially because of the history between the characters in the comics. We should not forget Daywalker's voice talking to Dane Whitman in one of the post-credit scenes of the Eternals movie. So this could be the start of a recruitment drive for the Midnight Suns, yet another hint towards the possible assembly of the aforementioned superhero team that has battled these supernatural threats in the comics for quite a while now. Whatever the case may be, there is a lot more story to be told about the character and all of his connections to the wider MCU picture, especially going by the fact that the character has had his fair share of being part of the Avengers at one point in the comics. Maybe that is one other possible future, with him being a member of the post-Endgame Avengers team in the MCU's Phase 4. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the series so far? And if you are familiar with the Moon Knight character, what would you say is the most unique thing about him? But also, where does his future lie moving forward in the MCU? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.